second half we just pulled it through. I thought Kev had an excellent game, like one of his best for a while. That he sort of dominated. So second half I was like, we're cruising.
On a lovely sunny day in mid-April, I wonder if this ends up being a dress rehearsal for the FA Cup final. I know City have still got to beat Nottingham Forest and Palace have got to win their semi-final, but these two teams facing each other today in the Premier League could meet in the FA Cup final at Wembley next month. And I believe that Crystal Palace are one of the rising forces at the moment. I'm not saying they're going to suddenly start qualifying for the Champions League, but they are definitely a team whose form appears to me to be improving. I think they'll be a very dangerous team today, but we'll see. Anyway, let's see who I meet today, who's around. It's an early kick-off, it's 12:30. It's a lovely sunny warm day, so whether that will affect the game, I don't know. No Phil Foden today. Pep Guardiola announced that yesterday. So I'm looking forward to a really good game. What's the mood though of the City fans and whoever I bump into?
Still plenty to play for, and I think in some ways going out of the Champions League for City is good for Pep, because with his new additions he's got more time on the training ground now to try and get everything bedded in for next season, to try and get off to a much better start after this one has gone a little haywire.
Ironically, City could play Palace in the FA Cup final, couldn't they?
They absolutely could, yeah. And you know, it would be a fine cup final. I mean, this could be a dress rehearsal for it. There's no doubt about that. I like a lot of what Crystal Palace are doing. I did them a couple of times earlier in the season, and they looked very shaky. But they've really kind of solidified everything again now, and Glasner is getting a return from really all of his players. But particularly, I think the attack looks sharp again. Obviously, at the end of last season, when they were going great guns, it was Mateta, it was Eze, and it was Elise. Elise, of course, is left now, and Sarr has taken that position. And those three are dangerous. They like to soak up the pressure and then start with the fast breaks, hit you on the counter attack, and they've been extremely good at it this season. And I know Man City have had problems with Crystal Palace in previous visits to the Etihad. So yeah, I mean, if it does result in the two of them meeting in an FA Cup final at Wembley, I think it would be a good final.
Who's going to win today?
I think City have to win today. I think for City to stay close to the top five, to be in amongst that, I think they need to try and go on some sort of a little consistent run now between now and the end of the season. So because the pressure's on City to do it, I think City will get over the line today.
It's a final, innit? Every game's a final now. We just need Newcastle to lose both games, Chelsea to lose a few, and then we're back in it. But I'm nervous.
It's a tough one because we've got a good run in. On paper, it's a nice, easy run in, but obviously Newcastle had a game in hand. They've got no other distractions in terms of they won the Carabao Cup, so I think they're going to be our toughest challenge. So if we see an improvement forward, I think we can do it. I think we just nick top five.
It's an unusual situation City are in,
really. We're at home at the moment, so obviously we'll win it all the way kind of thing. Yeah, that's what we're looking forward to. Nice
3 more home games after this as well.
But I tell you, the last game's going to be the tough one, because who we got away? Is it Brighton away? No, who we got away last game?
Fulham away.
Oh no, because if Fulham are fighting for it, then it might be difficult. So we need to get top 4 before the last game, in my opinion. I know it's top 5. I want to say thanks to Arsenal, but I want to say, as long as Arsenal don't win the Champions League, I'll be all right with it. But I feel like we need to get top 4 before the last game of the season.
I think he needs to unleash the wingers. I think Doc and Savio needs to play. I think we should really, let's get the weather's better, pitch going to be better, let's attack the teams, let's go for it. Get on the wings, in the cross, get Mamouche and get some goals.
Come on, Mamouche.
You're in the posh seats today, aren't you?
And with a nice pint of box today, we'll be watching from the skies, and we're praying for
City. Eating from the box.
I knew you were when you were nothing.
You did.
Yeah, we remember you.
Enjoy.
Thank you. I don't know what's happened with Pep, but he's been picking him, especially last game, midfield with no legs, and he's been picking players out of form completely. I can't get my head round it.
He explained in the press conference yesterday that the reason he'd gone for the players he did at Old Trafford was experience. So you don't buy that, do you not?
No, I don't. No, you do experience. You don't do the whole. don't do the whole midfield experience and no legs, and then Foden, whose last good game was probably last year, you can't put all that in his midfield. It doesn't make sense to me. I couldn't get my head around it before the game, even less after the game. I don't know why, for a team that's probably getting about 5 million a week in wages, I can't get my head around it. I don't know if it was lack of effort or just no legs, or the substitutions have been poor. The substitutions have been terrible. What was the point of bringing O'Reilly off, who's probably been our best player, and bringing Rico? I don't get the point of that. It doesn't make sense to me, but I don't know. Has he lost the plot? I love Pep. He's unsackable for me. But I've still got to question what he's doing, because it's not right. The things that he's doing are not right. And that's all I can say.
Are you confident today?
No, I used to be confident every game, whoever was playing. No, I'm not, in all honesty. And these are a good side. I'm not confident in any game at the moment, but I don't know. They're a good side. They can hit us on the break. Same as any other team, they can hit us on the break. But hopefully, 5 wins, no defeats should do it in the Champions League. And I don't know. Let them keep writing the grass in letters. Let them keep changing the rules. That's all I can say, really. It's desperation, isn't it? You and me both know that.
This is the north stand end of the ground. That's the stage of development of the new extension, which opens in January of next year, and the 401 bedroom hotel, the biggest in Manchester, is coming along nicely. Now, on the audio podcast that I do every week, the main guest this week was Rodney Marsh, speaking to me from Tampa in Florida. And here's what he had to say, very strongly really, about one of the City players who's on the bench today, a player I've loved down the years. Is he right? These are the thoughts on Bernardo Silva.
About 18 months ago, I thought Bernardo Silva was one of the best players in the world. That's just my take on it. I saw him play for Portugal, and he was dominating the game. And he's playing with all these great players, and he was dominating the game. And now Bernardo Silva looks like a shadow of a shadow. It's alarming. It's alarming how poor he is. And I've got no clue as why that suddenly happened. Does anybody else? The way that I judge football players, and I'm speaking as a fan, I'm speaking from a fan's point of view now. The way I judge football players is how productive are they? Meaning, if I've got a central defender and he wins like Tommy Booth, wins every single header, he never gets beat, he never makes a bad pass, right? He's not scoring goals, but he's producing. I look at Bernardo Silva, and over the last, let's call it 6 months, maybe longer, what have you produced, son? Can you go back in your mind and think, well, he did that thing against them, he made the open goal for him, and he scored, and then he scored that. I just cannot remember any, if you know, are there any that you guys can remember of him being productive? I can't. Probably beat Palace, because Palace ain't that great. People keep telling me that Eze is a wonder kid. I don't think he is. I think he's a good football player. They lost their best player, Michael Olise, going to Bayern Munich. I thought was a fantastic, and still is, by the way. So I think this, from City's point of view, I would take 2-0 now and go home.
Well, I mean, you know, I think we're in for a scrap. I think we're in for a scrap the rest of the season, to be honest. But I've just said, you know, even possibly against Southampton, because they may come here with a freedom and belief. And I think
We're going there. That's.
Oh, is it there? Sorry, yeah. Well, even more so. So yeah, I mean, teams come here now with a belief. You know, it's their time to beat us, isn't it? So I'm reasonably confident today, but you know, I'm reasonably confident every game, and then I tend to be a little bit disappointed. We got to. I mean, hopefully we're going to be on the front foot. Hopefully, you know, we're going to be a bit more progressive than we have been. I'd just like to, you know, let's create a few more chances. Let's feed Marmouche. Would have liked to see Savinho start, but he's not. You know, let's get behind the team. See, 12 on a Saturday sometimes can be a bit flat, so I'm hoping that you know, we get behind the team. And I think there's quite a lot of tickets going as well. I was looking last night, so it's not going to be full. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Well, Palace started brilliantly. They were fantastic. Cut City open at will, got players forward really well. Munoz on the right was really good. And all of a sudden, probably the chalked off goal by Eza changed the game and the swing of the game, the nature of the game. City are finding spaces between the lines, which is really good, and then causing Palace untold problems accordingly. This game could end up 4-4, 5-5, hopefully.
Nice to see you so well as well, Stuart.
Thank you, my friend. All good here.
Getting two halves, really. First half, Crystal Palace were on top. Then second half, from the point of Kevin De Bruyne's free kick, brought us back into the game. Brilliant.
He was a deserved man of the match, wasn't
Oh
he?
yeah. Then Kovacic second half, it drove us forward as well. It gave us that extra. But yeah, brilliant
What do
performance.
you think of the young lads? Obviously, McAtee and
Oh
O'Reilly
gosh,
both
yeah.
scored.
I'm glad he's got a game actually. He deserved his chance. And Nico O'Reilly as well. What can I say? So versatile. Plays full back. Brilliant player.
So is that the type of team you'd like to see going forward now?
Definitely. If we give some of the younger lads, it gives them the energy. They've been lacking for the last couple of weeks. And then they're a lot better now. It's great. Good stuff.
Well, thrilled after such an utterly catastrophic start. We've totally turned that round. Sorry about these idiots behind me.
What happened? How did it start so badly and turn
I
round?
don't know. I've no idea. But we were absolutely dreadful, and we turned it round, and we were absolutely brilliant at the end of it. So,
Be honest, when you saw the team at the beginning, were you pleased with that team or worried about that?
no, I wasn't. I can't understand why we go from two wingers to no wingers to. I don't know what. I don't think we know our best 11. But maybe, possibly not a bad thing, because we've obviously got a squad full of good players, and thankfully, come on.
Does that prove then that Pep is a genius? Because even when you doubt his team selection, they get it right, don't they?
He's a genius. He'll always be a genius. And what, another year, have we? So hopefully at a minimum, fingers crossed. First half, I thought it was a disaster class. 3-0. I thought we were 3-0 down at one point. Do you know what I mean? It was like unbelievable. But second half, we just pulled it through. I thought Kev had an excellent game, like one of his best for a while. That he sort of dominated. So second half, I was like, we're cruising. I was very, very happy with it. I haven't been, weirdly enough, I'm a season ticket holder, but I haven't been to a Palace game for a while, just because like I've had work commitments and stuff. So I thought, here we go again, because we usually do really badly against them. But yeah, second half it was a breeze. Very, very happy. It's like the City of old, you know, when we're down a couple of goals and we still think we can turn it round. That's what I thought. So yeah, great result in general. Very happy. You know, hopefully we'll consolidate that Champions League spot, go from there. But cheers.
Still can't work it out, Cheesy. I mean, what happened? I think the only person in the world who possibly knows what happened today is Pep, because I haven't got a clue what the formation was or anything. And actually, do I care that much? Not really. Just a great day. It's what a contrast to last week. No chances, nothing, and all the entertainment. First on match of the day. Been a good day.
I thought it was a great, well, not a great performance, but it was a great result. We didn't start the game too well, but we got into it, and yeah, Pep. It's just Pep knows what he did, and we won the game, and hopefully we can continue.
A few people have said it was a game of two halves, so there was two contrasting parts of the game. Why was it so different in the two different bits of the game?
I think we started the game very poorly. Our defense played horribly in the first around 20 minutes, but I think after halftime, somebody in the dressing room, probably Pep, convinced the players that we have to go out there, show passion and win, and we did it.
Never in doubt that. When that third one went in, I just thought we was going to beat them 5-3, but we ended up beating them 5-6. End of the game, Poznan, back to the old days, absolutely loved it. Best day I've had all season.
Well, started off okay until they scored. We had a couple of chances to score, so I was positive, but then when they scored, when they got the third, I thought that was it. The last time we were here, we were 2-0 down against Tottenham and we won 4-2, so I knew we could come back. But yeah, glad the third one got disallowed, and dead happy then that we got a goal before half time and another. And yeah, all-round great win. We could have had a lot more goals as well, so I think was very happy.
Does that make you more confident now of finishing 5th?
I think 5th, okay, struggle for 4, but we're capable of winning every game. But every game we look like we could lose it as well, so we need to tighten up defensively.
I think 1 or 2 people thought that was a strange game. I can't really disagree. To be behind and almost 3-0 down seemed at the time terminal, but Pep's genius, the players' genius, the will to win, saw City safely over the line. Next up for the Blues is a trip to Goodison Park, actually the last game at Goodison Park for City. I'll be there, of course, in between times. Mark Ward, former City and Everton player, is joining me on this week's audio podcast, perhaps a little bit reminiscing about Goodison Park in the past, as well as talking about this particular game and where City are right now. So onwards and upwards, thanks to you for watching, really appreciate that. And as always, isn't it great to be a Blue?